what's fascinating to me is that you're saying that they're so happy because if you get I mean, how many people are in this monastery?
8.
And they're all male?
Yes.
8 men. If you get 8 random men in their, you know, what's the youngest age of the guys over there?
35.
35 up to 70-ish. You get 8 random 35 to 70s and ask how many of them are happy, actually truly happy. Maybe 2, right? How many people do you think are happy?
Well, they just did a study. There's a famous Harris study on happiness in this country. I think 67% of people are unhappy.
That is fucked.
Here I did this, Joe. This is a good test. Maybe you'll want to do this. I did this when I was speaking at an event for 500 Wall Street people recently, and it was fascinating. I'll take you through it. You can tell me if you're comfortable with it. But if you take all the areas of your life and put them in a blender, okay? So take where you live, your relationships, your finances, your health, everything. Put it in one fucking big blender and blend it up. And on a scale of 1 to 10, with a 10 being the Dalai Lama of happiness, and a 1 being a guy that's at a 0 being someone that's at rock bottom, what's your happiness number?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm pretty fucking happy. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't do it that way. I definitely wouldn't give it a number.
Okay.
Because I feel like that you're making something, you're turning like a constant state of thinking and expression and consideration, you're turning it into a number. And I don't like that idea. I don't like that idea because I think it's a management issue. I think a lot of what happiness is a management issue, and decisions that you're making right now, like you could be in a shit state of mind right now, but you could make some decisions to adjust that, and over the next couple hours, you'll get to a much better place. And these constant management decisions, they waver in and out of your life on a daily basis. Like this idea that you could have a good mindset and then all of a sudden you'll be happy. That's horseshit. Like it's like the tide. It comes in and it comes out. And there's going to be days where you're just not feeling so good physically, and that's going to affect the way your happiness level is. It's never static. It's never exactly the same.
True. But if you looked at it overall at 30,000 feet and you had to give yourself a grade, we
happy as fuck is what I would say.
Okay,
I'm pretty happy.
Okay, so I'll take that. I'll take that. Most people in that room, raised their. I said, if anyone is 7 and for anyone that listening that wants to do it, raise your hand if you're 7 or below. I don't want to put anyone on the spot. And majority of the room stood up.
Right.
Being a 7 and thinking like 7's a pretty happy number. But a 7, if my son comes home with a 70 on a test, it's a C minus.
Right.
And all I'm saying is, what's interesting about the test, though, if you do actually go through the process, for those that like go through and get a number in their head or whatever, or do want to give themselves a grade,
right?
Your brain automatically goes to a 10, and then subtracts the 2 or 3 things pop in that bring your happiness down. It's a great way to identify what's making you unhappy. And that, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like you started at 10, you're like, oh, fuck, my relationship or this or that. Usually it triggers an automatic, like, this is what's fucked up in my life response.
Right.
And it helps you identify. But it's interesting. We have benchmarks in so many things in our life. You have an IQ test. You have tax brackets to measure your wealth or financial statements. You have IQ tests, like I said. You can get on a scale to measure your weight. But you're right. Happiness is one of those things. It's like, how do you benchmark it? You know what I mean? It kind of fluctuates, and
it's like hunger. I mean, it's something that goes in and out. It's always there.
But happy as fuck is a good answer.